So now let's go ahead and jump back to our unit tests, and let's go ahead and create a test that we'll use to verify that we can get to an author page. So we'll create a new test method here. And remember, our tests are always going to be the way that we drive the creation of the framework, because that's going to keep the framework as simple and usable as possible. So we're going to create a new test called can go to author page. And in this test, we're just going to do pages.homepage.go to go to the home page. And then after that, we're going to say pages.select author. And we're going to make it so we can pass in the author name. So let's go ahead and pass in Matt Milner here. And then we're going to do an assert. We're going to assert .is true, and we're going to assert that pages.homepage.is at author page. And let's make sure that this pages is pages.homepage for the select author, because this should be off of our home page. So what we're basically going to try to do is go to the home page, select the author with this name that we pass in, and then verify that we're at an author page. And we should probably verify that we're at the author page we want to be at. So let's go ahead and put Matt Milner here. So now we're going to go ahead and implement this inside of our framework. So let's go ahead and create our select author first. So we're going to create a method here for selecting an author, and this will be author name. And in order to select an author, we need to get that link. So let's look at that page again here. So on the main page here, we have this authors link. So if I right click here and inspect with Firebug, you can see that's just a link and it has the name authors. So that's a pretty easy way for us to get this. So now we're going to use a page object model to do this. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to create a variable that's going to hold that. So now if we create a variable here, so we'll create an I web element. We'll call this author link. And then we can decorate this with an attribute. We can say finds by, and we're going to say how equals how dot link text. And then we're going to say using the text authors, since that's the text that was on that link. Now when we do this, if we use the page factory that's built into the Selenium support, then we can have it automatically go to the page, and basically just the same way that we would select manually, it's going to select on this criteria and populate this field with it. So then we have the ability to just do authorlink.click. So this simplifies things quite a bit here. So now in order to get that to work, we have to do something special here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pass our page through this page factory. So we're going to do a page factory dot init elements, and we need the driver. So we need the underlying web driver. So let's make sure we can get that from the browser. So we'll say browser.driver to expose that. And then we're going to pass in our home page. So now let's go ahead and implement browser driver real quick. And we're just going to make it so that this just returns that web driver. So we'll just do return web driver. And now you can see that what we're doing here is we're initializing our home page. We're passing it through this factory. This factory will look for any of these attributes we have and populate the elements on our page. And so now we have the ability to use this author link. Now, once we click this author link, let's go ahead and do that manually. You can see that we have all of our authors here, and we have to select the particular one. So if I were to look at this one in Firebug, we can see that it's just another link here, and the link name is the name of the author. Well, we can't really do that declaratively like we were able to do with the author link, so we'll have to do this part manually. So let's go ahead and do browser.driver, and then we're going to say find element, and we're going to do our by, we're going to say link text, and it will be equal to the author name. So this will give us our author. And then we're going to do an author dot click. So we're basically going to click the authors, then we're going to click that individual author.